what God gave for them was the Ten Commandments. And the preface to that was, I am the Lord your God who has brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And so when the children of Israel received the Ten Commandments, this was the prelude to that, the preface to that was God saying, I have brought you out, and by extension, I am bringing you in. And so where you were, I have delivered you from, and you are on a journey to be brought into the land that is flowing with milk and honey, Canaan. And so as we see the giving of the Ten Commandments, they have the depiction. I remember it as a child. Charlton Heston, I believe, was the main actor. Moses, was it Moses the lawgiver? Yes, and there was the iconic scenes, yeah, there. And so the tablets of stone, they were given. We talked about this earlier on, that the first four are vertical. They are our connection and our relationship to God. And the other six are the horizontal, and they represent our relationships with each other. And in the context of Maranatha, we understand that it is both the vertical and the horizontal that must be maintained and established. There are some people who are very good in their personal devotional life. They can study their Sabbath school lesson. They can read the writings of Ellen White. They can read the Bible through in a year. If you just leave them to be with God, they're fine. But put them amongst people, and they are mean, and they are miserable, and they are offensive. There are other people who are very gregarious and outgoing and connected, and they're just very humanitarian and kind and loving. They wouldn't say boo to a goose. So they have great interpersonal relationships, but they lack an understanding that there is a sovereign God who must be honored, must be worshipped, and who desires to be in communion. And so the very best of our spiritual lives is the combination of what God has given to us in the Ten Commandments, that vertical and horizontal, together combined. We call them the perfect 10. The perfect 10. We are getting close to the Olympics now, and poor Paris, they're having all kind of troubles and strife going on over there already. What a world we live in, huh? You can't even come together. There are people with agendas and things going on over there. But in the Olympics, they would have in gymnastics, and they would have in these other disciplines where they want to see if someone can get a perfect 10. And it's a very elusive, maybe a Simone Biles, or back in the day in the Winter Olympics, it used to be Torvill and Dean. Remember those days? They get this, it was 6 actually, but it was 5.9, the equivalent of a perfect 10.